I greet you in Jesus' precious name. It's wonderful to be with you again on the program. It is a beautiful summer's day on the farm. It's early in the morning as we're recording this message. I can hear the cattle and the calves lowing over in the field over there. There's a gurgling little stream going underneath this bridge, and I sense the peace of Jesus here very, very much this morning. I hope you're feeling the same where you are receiving this message. Please have a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, sit back and listen to a short message, only a few minutes, but it's something you need to hear. It's a very serious message that I'm bringing to you today. You know, one thing about this program, we're not just here to tickle your ears. We're not just here to sit and tell you nice stories. We're here to help you to cope with life, because that's what Jesus wants us to do. We start off in the book of Ecclesiastes. Now, Ecclesiastes was written by Solomon. We believe that, the wisest man that ever lived. And this is what he says in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 10, and I'm reading verse 8. He who digs a pit will fall into it. You dig a hole for somebody else to fall into, the chances are you will fall into that hole yourself. We go straight to the book of Psalms, Psalm number 7, and I'm reading verse 15. He made a pit and he dug it out and has fallen into the ditch which he made. He made a pit to catch somebody else, and he ended up catching himself. We need to be very careful how we live, very careful how we walk, and how we conduct our lives, lest the very pit, the hole that you have dug, does not catch you. Remember Haman in the Old Testament? Haman hated the Jewish people, and he was determined to annihilate them. That was the first genocide. But Queen Esther was actually a young Jewish woman. She heard about it, and she went to the king and told him. Now you can read this in Esther, the book of Esther, chapter 9 and verse 25. And the king wrote out a decree, and Haman was taken prisoner, and he was hung on his own scaffold that he had built to hang the Jews on. The very thing that he built caught him out. I want to say to you today, be careful how you stand. Folks, I can hear somebody saying, yeah, but Angus, it's not fair. People seem to get away with it. No, they will not get away with it, because revenge belongs to God. It does not belong to us. There are a lot of things happening in the world that are unfair. But remember, it's not over yet. Judgment Day is coming. And on Judgment Day, every single one of us, you included and me, will be judged according to our lifestyle and according to our faith in God. Do not bite off your nose to spite your face. You've heard that saying? Don't do that. You know, I want to tell you a very sad story. Many years ago, there's a young couple that decided they're going to get divorced. And by the way, God hates divorce. Instead of just sitting down quietly speaking about how they're going to share their goods and the house and their furniture, because there was bitterness involved and revenge, they went to the lawyers. And they fought the case back and forwards, back and forwards. You know what happened in the end? They lost the house, they lost their money, they lost everything they had, and they walked away with nothing. Now, this is what Jesus says. Jesus says in Matthew chapter 5 and verse 25, sort out your differences before you get to court, lest the judge end up by sending you to jail. Until next time, God bless you and goodbye.